Hi, Sherls here. Thank you for stopping by on my channel. Welcome or welcome back. If you are new, please subscribe and help my channel grow. I was looking through my junk envelopes and I saw my oddly shaped envelopes. Then I thought what I can use them for. The answer that I came up with is this: a double-gated trifold with policy envelope closure. It has a big pocket on the outside, another big pocket, and two small pockets inside. It's simple, yet it elevates the presentation of a Happy Meal. Yes, I will be using this to send a Happy Meal. After my recipient takes the items I put inside the pockets, she can then use it as a journal topper. The paper I use for this project is the Timeless Christmas Kit by Raj and Bella Crafts. I cut my paper 1/8 of an inch smaller than each of the envelope sides. This side, for example, it measures 9.5 inches by 5 3/8 inches. So I cut my paper 9 3/8 inches by 5 1/4 inches. For the uniquely shaped sides like this one, I made myself a template using thick junk edge. I line the junk edge like this and then trace it, cut it, then use my compass to trace a smaller shape. I spread the compass a little bit, then run the pointy side along the perimeter of the template. After cutting the shape traced by the pencil, I will get this smaller size. That's how I cut the papers I will be using to mat the envelopes. Before adhering my papers to the envelope, I like to color the edges using deep color markers. The light color won't be able to hide the color prints of the envelope like the one on this side. Frankly, the gold Sharpie I use for this project isn't perfect. I have to color a couple passes to completely cover the prints. It would be easier if I use black marker, but I want this envelope to look festive. Once that's done, I just need to adhere my pretty papers to cover up the prints. These are the Timeless Christmas Digital I printed and cut into correct sizes. Before adhering it, I like to drive with it to make sure that I color deep enough around the surface such that I don't see the original envelope color. It is much easier to color around the edges now than after I adhere the mat. I found it also helped me knowing the approximate position of the mat before committing to it. When cutting and adhering the printed digital into the envelope, I have to be very mindful about the direction of the directional paper, like this one. I can adhere it on this side. It's totally fine. It works. However, I want these two envelopes to face each other like this. So, this paper will be adhered on this side. Of course, I can also put it this direction, and this one can be on the inside and it's still facing the correct direction. However, that's not what I have in mind. So this way it goes. For this middle section, I use a standard junk envelope to make the pockets. The junk envelope I use open clean on the long side. First thing first, I like to make sure there is no open gap inside the envelope. Then I am going to draw a line 4¼ inches in from both narrow ends on opposite sides of the envelope. Cut along the lines on both sides. Finally, cut along the envelope fold line. To turn this into pockets, I just need to fold this flap and adhere it. For extra support, I will also be using my tape. Like the envelopes that I use for this project, I will also be inking the edges of this envelope. I'm going to put this smooth side, the one that you can see really smooth, on the envelope. So this will be the face that's facing up. I like to leave enough room for the pocket to grow so it can hold bulky items better. Therefore, I'm going to leave a gap from the vertical edges. This is good enough for me. As for the horizontal edges, I will adhere my tape right to the edge of the pocket, of course. I already finished the other pocket, so now I can adhere this onto this envelope. I have several ways I can do this. I can stack them like this. I can slightly overlap them or put it in the angle for a little bit more fluidity or movement. And I think, let's see, I can also do it like this if I want to. I think I will still put it on a slight angle because in my opinion it gives more interest on the look of the envelope. So this one first. These two envelopes now ready to be assembled together. In the previous one that I made, I did not adhere the smaller envelope all the way onto the big envelope. I only apply adhesive on the center because I wanted to be able to hold the bulky items on the front without distorting this big envelope. So for this one, I will also do the same. Only apply adhesive on the center, the back center of the smaller envelope. This is the reason I also made the back of this envelope. You might be able to see it when you put the bulky item and then it curves up. This one, just align it like this. Lastly, the closure. I like to use policy envelope closure for this. And first, I will adhere these two small circles cut out of a cereal box or cookie box or just any product boxes. It is thick enough and it is sturdy in my opinion. I like to adhere the print side together so you will only see the plain side. I will let this dry for a minute while I'm working on these two circles. These two circles, they are from the Timeless Kit Fussy Cut. I printed smaller than the original size and then I back it with the product boxes so it is thick now. And I need to color the edges first. You can use bread for this next step, but I don't have a lot of bread to be frank, and I don't have one that will fit the theme better. Besides, I don't really want to poke something on this pretty image. So this is the method that I'm using. Using two small circles to make a gap between the big circle and the envelope flap. I think this one is dry enough. Let's see how I want it to be. Do I want the Mary and baby Jesus there or like this? I think I want it to be like this. Let's adhere this first. Just use a very generous amount of adhesive, or maybe I want to use this silicone glue. This is a fabric tag and it's kind of stuck now. So let's use my new favorite fabric tag substitute. This one is much easier to pour. And for me, they work the same. I think this is center enough. And then for the other side, first, I like to adhere my thread. This, and then a generous amount of adhesive. And finally, this goes here. Oh no, I'm covering the head of this little angel. That's something unexpected. Oh well, I'll just commit to it. Yep. This thing completely covered the head now. I will leave them a bit for now until it's completely dry. Especially this one because it also has the thread underneath it. And meanwhile, I can cut this thread to the length that I want. Something like this. So I like the thread to wrap the envelope like 1 or 2 times and a little bit excess to wrap around the circles. That's it. When it's empty, this trifold is flat and has a nice width. When the front pocket is filled with bulky items, it can still lay pretty flat. Only the top pocket bulk and it pull away from the second envelope because of the big gap that I left. I am aware that not everyone has these unique styles of junk envelopes. I hope through this video you get an inspiration to use those different shapes of junk envelopes to make something cute to add on your project or just to present a happy meal. Thank you for watching until the end of this tutorial. Please leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't. Your support means a lot to me. Happy crafting! Bye!